So welcome back to Three Poor Decisions. I'm Rye Guy.
And I'm Bourbon Man.
And today we are reviewing Evernorth spirits created from the Bourbon Junkies. In front of us we have three incredible Benstein liquor picks out of Michigan. This teal colored one, we have a Green River distilled bourbon that is aged 7 years, 75% corn, 21% rye, 4% malted barley. In the middle, we got one of my favorites, the American whiskey, double barreled, 8 years old, sourced from MGP with a mash bill of 99% corn, 1% malted barley. And last but not least is the Ruby Port finished rye. That is wave stave finished out of MGP 95.5 rye at 7 years old.
Definitely one of my newfound favorites. I'm sold on.
Huge respect for what they are doing. They're completely transparent with everything they're doing. Yeah, just mad respect. They're putting out some incredible juice, sourcing some amazing barrels, doing their own blends. I mean, you name it, they're knocking it out of the park.
And Tanner, you got these and opened these up and tried them before I got to try them. How long were they open before you brought them over and let me try them?
They've been sitting open for around 2 to 3 months, so not super long. And another great thing about these bottles, these are all store picks. These are all single barrels, and they were all $64.99 each.
So then at the time, this one would have been open like a month then when I tried it, because that was a couple months ago now, right?
So, yeah, that was open about a month when you tried it for the first time.
I mean, it was phenomenal. When you opened them, did you let them sit at all and breathe before you tried it for the first time?
When I opened them, I poured them in my blend. I let it sit for around 10 to 15 minutes, make sure I swirled it and covered the glass as much as possible to get as much oxygen introduced into the whiskey. But right out the gate, I mean, the neck pours were incredible, and they've just been getting better with more airtime.
So 10 to 15 minutes, not 2 weeks.
Yeah, no.
Didn't require that.
No,
yeah.
Not 2 weeks, not 2 months. Just ready
even
right
2
out of the
days.
gate.
Awesome. Well, which one are we starting with first, Tanner?
So let's start with the Green River, 7 years old, sourced
And this
from
is
Kentucky.
going to be on their left, correct?
Correct. Yeah, this is 126 proof. I have only ever had one other Green River pick. That was from a liquor store in Maryland. I think that proof point was 123.4. Yeah, I believe most Green River picks are right around 6 years old. This one's... I mean, I noticed right when I picked this up, the bottom of the barrel had so much char. I had to swirl it up, and it got so much darker from all that char at the bottom. I mean, you can tell that this is an uncut, unfiltered bourbon. No additives, just full on flavor.
And even after you just pouring these just minutes ago, it was already starting to settle back down.
Right.
It's amazing. So
that's what I love.
So did you already let them know the age of this and the mash bill?
Yeah, 7 years old, 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. Let's see how it smells on the nose. It's got some decent legs. Yeah, pretty viscous.
Mm-hmm.
It's got that nice, like, copper orange, burnt orange color.
I'd say I'm pretty impressed by the color of it as well.
Wow, I'm picking up tons of like creme brulee, like a vanilla extract, butterscotch.
Some orange zest.
I can see that.
Maybe some pear and green apple.
The
There's
orange,
tons of fruit in this.
the orange is coming across like the orange bitters I use sometimes. I mean, normally I don't make very many like old-fashioned cocktails, but this is very memorable, almost nostalgic.
Do you pull the same, a little bit of ethanol?
Not very much.
Just a little bit.
Just a slight bit. It's not like acetone heavy, but this is very inviting.
Right away, some soft, flavorful, like caramel. I got the green apple on the nose. It's more like a baked apple on the palate.
Wow. It's borderline doughy. Wow.
A little bit of cereal grain.
Yeah, but it's not youthful in any way. It's almost biscuity, like malty.
I was gonna say this kind of coming off of that cereal grain. Like at the end of the cereal grain, it's kind of like an herbal malt.
It's like borderline like Frosted Flakes in liquid form. But with there only being 4% malted barley, I didn't think that I would be able to pick up that much maltiness. Nice bit of smoke.
I can see where you pull like that biscuit. It's there.
It almost reminds me of that New Riff High Note I have.
Oh, with the biscuit malt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though that is a rye.
I mean, I see the similarities.
Some chocolate, some milk chocolate, melted candy bar. I'd even go as far as saying this is Fat Kid whiskey. It's very sweet.
I mean, I'd say it's very sweet as well. I mean, I get a little bit of pepper, a little bit of mild sweetness. I mean, it's like from like a honey standpoint. Like overall, it's pretty sweet, but almost like a mild honey sweetness in there as well.
I could see that like a honeycomb in a way. If you've ever tried one of those. I've always wanted to try one of those, but I have not gotten the pleasure to.
I think Whole Foods sell
Whole
those.
Foods, Jungle Gyms.
Oh yeah, Jungle Gyms has everything. They probably got honeycomb from
Barrel
everywhere in the
aged
world.
honey, barrel aged
Right.
maple syrup.
Oh, I did see that. They have a ton of that, and I was so tempted to buy some before, but the prices are like.
Right, when you can just do that yourself.
Yeah, speaking of that, that's funny you say that. I might just be working on something like that right now.
Man.
Oops, did I say too much?
No. I mean, these people are going to find out one way or another. Wow.
I really like this.
Very candy-like. Much better than the first time I tried it. So what do you say? You want to move on to the American whiskey?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to save a little bit of each one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just come back through and taste them again.
Got the official Bourbon Junkies. The proof is in the pour, Glenn. Shout out to Bourbon Junkies. Thanks again, Dan and Sean. You guys are amazing YouTubers. You guys influenced me a lot in starting this channel, and couldn't do this without Jason, for real. This, believe it or not, I got spoiled.
Wow.
This was my first time ever trying an American whiskey. And I wasn't aware that most American whiskeys are very yellow, very light in color, very grain forward. With this being a double barrel, it's just as dark as this Green River. Yeah, 8 years old, 132 proof, 99% corn, 1% malted barley from MGP.
Yeah, this one's good. Now, like this one comparing to some of the American whiskeys, much better color.
Definitely,
Much
without a
better
doubt.
color. And on the nose, a ton of like dried fruit. Like
I'm
more of like
picking up so much. It's borderline like extinguished campfire smoke, or like a burnt marshmallow.
I say I get some leather.
Definitely
Some
leather, almost like burnt corn on the grill.
That's funny. That's funny. I don't get any of that, but I know why Tanner gets some of that. I think he got some of that even before, but he definitely gets some now.
Fun fact, guys, this bottle was so good. First time Jason tried this, he forgot he was cooking corn on the grill.
That it cooked for about 3 hours.
Well, you guys know, if you guys ever get to experience this, you'll understand why this bottle is so good. You'll completely forget about whatever you were doing.
Absolutely.
Focus purely on the flavor.
The dried fruit, like a dried red fruit, is really coming through more like a cherry with some cinnamon, the leather, the oak, of course. More of like a toasted oak char.
Border, like, I want to say like grapefruit almost, but I don't know if that's like out of the water.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Brown sugar, butterscotch, mixed with some baking spice.
Oh my God. That is a flavor bomb. All of these are. But that smoke, that barrel char is so pleasant. And it's not drying. With most double oaks, I mean, normally they pick up so much barrel char, it comes across as almost like astringent and drying out your tongue. This is salivating my mouth, like literally, just like I am about to go in for another sip because it's that good.
I've already been in for 2, so go ahead. So while he's saying this about the cocoa, I get some leather, but when those all kind of fade, there's a bit of a floral note. Not overpowering though. It's not like a floral note that's way overpowering, almost like borderline perfume. This is like perfect. It's a perfect floral note.
So
oh my
balanced.
gosh.
And it's not coming across like a Four Roses whatsoever, but yeah, it tastes how sunflowers smell, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it does, yeah.
Yeah, even some black pepper. For this to be an American whiskey, this literally is blowing me away. I just noticed on the tip of my tongue, like a bubblegum note that I have not picked up before. It's almost like Bazooka Joe bubblegum. When I first cracked this bottle, I was picking up some lemon, just like typical American whiskeys, like lemon, honey, cornbread. But this is American whiskey on steroids.
I didn't get any of that, honestly.
No, not at all. Not on this pour, at least.
I mean, if I concentrate on it enough, maybe I could pull a little bit like the honey within the sweetness. Like maybe there's some there, but not, cornbread, lemon, not at all. I mean, the finish, with that lingering finish, there's a little bit of vanilla that does peek through.
I mean, this is
that dark fruit rides through
dessert
constantly.
in a glass.
It's like dark fruit, and it's like a little bit of cinnamon and some floral, dark fruit, floral, a little bit of vanilla that peeks through at the end.
This would pair great with a cigar.
So at this point in time, how many more bottles do they have, like different varieties?
So I know, depending on each store, they have multiple different picks. I mean, they source from Green River, Sagamore, MGP. I even saw that they were sourcing from Southern Distilling. Also, they are sourcing from Cedar Ridge in Iowa. I've not gotten the pleasure to try anything from Cedar Ridge, but I know they are doing some very good stuff as well. They even have some of their special releases. I believe it's the Omen. So of the three, I would say this last one, the Ruby Port Finished Rye, is probably the darkest.
Yeah, it is.
95.5 MGP. This is 7 years old, but what's giving it that dark color, yes, it's finished in port, but also that wave stave barrel that had so much more barrel impact.
Bold rye spice with some fruit.
Yeah, tons of fruit, like stewed, like blackberries, like grapes. Nice bit of mint. I mean, 95.5, it has to be one of my favorite rye mash bills. Now, I respect some of the Kentucky ryes, the 51% barely legal ryes. Those are nice on occasion, but I tend to gravitate more towards the 95.5 because I just love that rye spice. I just love that complexity that the rye adds.
You know what's very interesting, like between the two of these? So this was less on the nose, more on the palate.
Definitely.
Like this just knocked it out with the palate. This has got a ton on the nose, less on the palate. Not less as in like not good. Like this is great on the palate, but this hits harder on the nose than it does on the palate, which is my kind of rye.
Interesting. And typically you don't enjoy port finished whiskeys. So you enjoy this one?
I actually do. Yeah, this is nice. Even though it's got the eucalyptus, it's got the mint, it's got the bold rye spice on the nose, which is all, typically things that are just going to turn me off a little bit and be like, oh great, this is just going to be another rye that to me is okay. Take a sip, and it's night and day difference. Like this, to me, the palate is so much better than the nose, and it's a little bit lighter than the nose, which is crazy.
It is, yeah. And on the back end of the palate, what stands out to me the most is this nice bit of funkiness from that port barrel. It's almost like, I don't want to say this without it sounding in a bad way, but it's like aged like rotten grapes. They're just like super funky. And I mean, typically what a port barrel is, it's fermented grapes. I mean, this is like straight up fermented tannic grapes. But it's not overly tannic. It's very balanced. That rye spice holds up to the finish very well. It's got a nice bit of barrel impact. I mean, this is straight up jelly.
Yeah. I mean, you could taste the charred oak in there for sure. as well as some cinnamon, some clove. Of course, it's a rye. I mean, there's still a peppercorn there.
I'm picking it up more on the nose than the palate. The palate is a little bit more sweet. It's spice up front, and then it transitions to straight sweetness. That's so pleasant. Of the three, I enjoy them all, without a doubt. American whiskey and the rye stand out the most to me.
I mean, I'm just blown away the fact that a rye can bring like so much brown sugar, dark chocolate to the palate. Whoever truly thought this out, wow.
They did
hats
amazing.
Off, cheers to you, because
Without a doubt.
I mean, I don't know if like them two did it,
Right?
or if they got somebody on the back end that's helping do this for them. Like, you know, that's really good.
And I know it's
science.
Dan, it's Sean, and then Brandon. Brandon is head of product innovation at Evernorth. It could have been all three. I mean, I really don't know. And also shout out to Benstein for picking some great barrels. I mean, with Evernorth though, if we ever get the pleasure of doing a barrel pick, I mean, it's not going to be very hard to pick a good barrel.
I was just going to say that. I did just finish off that one. I mean, maybe on the back end, the finish, maybe slightly tannic, but it's a clean finish though.
It's not dry at all. I would say this has the longest finish, probably because of that barrel impact from the wave stave. It's so hard to grade which one would be my favorite. They're all just incredible.
And I'm gonna skip past the whiskey. I'm gonna save it for last. That's good, but nothing like the whiskey.
Dan and Sean are in it for the right reasons. They are doing this because they are passionate about whiskey, and they want to share it with everyone that enjoys whiskey. And that's what this is all about. Sharing whiskey with everyone and having a great time.
So what's the slogan that's on the front of their Glencairn?
The proof is in the pour.
That's it.
I mean, out of 10, I would rate this probably a 7.5. It's good.
Yep.
I'm not going to gravitate towards this on occasion compared to these other two.
And I'd say a 7.
Yeah.
I know we normally do like a 0 out of 5 rating, so 7 out of 10. I mean, that's where I'm at, 7.5 out of 10.
Yep.
All right, so Tanner, out of 10, where do you put that? You could probably guess where I'd put it, but where do you put it?
Okay, so on lines with other American whiskey, this is a home run out of the park. Grand Slam. I'm going to go as far as 9 out of 10. It's that good.
9.5 for me.
Okay. I think this is borderline perfect for an American whiskey.
0 out of 10 on the rye, the 95.5. I mean, that is definitely one of the better ryes I've had. An 8 out of 10.
I'm going to give it an 8.7.
I'd save this one for last for a reason, so we could close this video out with the best of the night right here. How upset are you going to be when that bottle's empty?
I'm really not looking forward to it.
You're never
I'm gonna have to get a backup when I go back up in August.
You're never going to be upset because you're probably never going to be able to get yourself to finish that bottle.
Fucking shit.
Tanner's going to get it down to like here. He's like, I can't kill it. I can't kill it.
I'm just gonna let it oxidize.
And it's just going to sit there like that. 10 years later, if he never gets a bottle, he'll still have this one with this much left. Like, I can't kill it, guys.
Even if I ever got a George T. Stag, I would not let that happen. I mean, whenever it gets at the halfway point, I tend to pour it into a 375 bottle. And then, typically I let it sit for a while. And then I go back to it. But no, never will I let it sit at that like quarter mark.
I mean, this has been an excellent video. I've loved trying all three of these. I want to go outside and burn some more corn to this one. I mean, this is just amazing. So, you know, thanks for joining us, and hopefully you made it this far in the video. And if you have, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on our bourbon excursion, our rye whiskey excursion, because we do have some big things coming up here in the near future. We've already actually done some pretty big things that'll be dropping in some future videos here pretty soon. And, you know, I just want to say, like, we did visit Pensive Distilling, and it was an excellent time.
Food was great. Whiskey was great. We got to walk through history and experience history itself. I love the story, the information that they provided.
If you ever visit Pensive, by the way, they are on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. They were just added onto the trail, I think just recently.
Yep.
Definitely go check them out. We'll have a full video for y'all coming out here soon. That's going to show the entire tour, as well as 6 bottles that we obtained from them. We'll be doing a separate video where we review all 6 bottles. Just a little teaser here. Our exit from Pensive Distilling, you won't want to miss that. And while we were there, we did a bottle kill and bottle signing that should be on display somewhere in there. Try to find that if you guys ever go.
And then look out for our cork that we signed on the wall.
There's a new menu that's going to be dropping there pretty soon. And once this new menu comes out, there's actually a drink that's been named after 3 poor decisions. One of Gage's famous recipes. Not going to tell you all what it is.
We feel very honored.
Yep. Not going to tell you all what the specific drink is. I will tell you the name. The name is Poor Decision. So find it in our menu, order it. Gage kind of worked with us to come up with that. Thank you, Gage. Thank you, Pensive Distilling, and everyone else at Pensive. Just be sure to stay tuned, subscribe to us so you know when that video drops. And then besides that, we do have more exciting things coming up here.
If you guys do end up visiting Pensive, don't forget to order some of their bourbon barbecue. Some of the best bourbon barbecue I've ever tried, and their onion rings. Onion rings are massive.
Yeah,
and then also, we got some other news coming up, so stay tuned, subscribe, and be in the loop.
Until next time, just remember, there's no bad decisions.
Just 3 poor decisions.
Cheers.